this, Mr. Nope, fourth time doing this because my mic didn't pick up my audio the third time. So, hello everyone. Welcome to me trying to teach people how to use custom blocks in Scratch to make a Warrior Cats game. There's zero expectations here. I want to teach people how to make games from basically ground zero. I want to make a series on this, so if you have something you want me to cover in the future, let me know in the comments. And I will hopefully get to putting that in this project called What right now. And yeah, so what you want is your player sprite. So for us, that's our Scratch Cat, and you want it to respond to key movements with the W, A, S, and D keys, or the arrow keys. I click the arrow keys as if you can see that. And then you also want your backdrop, which is on the back layer, not the front. You want to do that by clicking go to back layer here and then spamming it, because sometimes it doesn't work, for me at least. And in your area or your backdrop, you want your area names, your areas with area names. So for me, that's area 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then with the teleporters, these are going to be your paws. You want the paw names, the costume names, to be the same as the costume names in the area. Otherwise, this method will not work and you have a lot of extra coding to do. So, with that being said, under backdrop, you want at the flag click to set the area to an area, and then you want to switch the costume to that area, or you could just do this, but I don't love doing that. So with that being said, let's start on the teleporters. So first things first, I'm going to explain what the custom block does. We have the where to, the rotation, the X and the Y. The where to is the where you want to go for these paws. That's area 3. So if we step on these paws, it takes us to area 3, and then we go back to area 2, but we'll get to that. The rotation is how you want the paws to be rotated. So if I show the original sprite and then move it, you can see under direction it rotates with direction. And then you want the X and the Y. The X and the Y. X is, why is it not? Okay. The X is left and right, and the Y is up and down. Negative X is left, positive X is Y, positive, what am I saying? Negative X is left, positive X is right, positive Y is up, negative Y is down. There we go. So with these functions, what the define block does, well, first you want this attached to a starting block. And then once this gets summoned, so the spawn block, that takes it to the define block before advancing. And then under the define block, it switches the costume to where you want to go. Then it points in the direction you want it to point. And then it goes to the X and the Y. And then it makes a clone of itself. So once it starts as a clone, I might as well mention the original sprite is hidden. And you can also change the ghost effect, but we'll get to that. The original sprite is hidden, so as a clone you want this block. You want to wait until it's touching player sprite or hitbox or I don't know what else. And then it'll set the area to the costume name, and this is why it's important to have these costume names the same as the backdrop's costume names. And then it will broadcast new area. So when new area is broadcast, it will go sprite by sprite. In the player sprite, the new area broadcast just puts the player in a set position. We'll do the backdrop first because it's simpler to explain. Under the backdrop, it just changes the costume to the area. And under teleporters, first it deletes all clones. This block or chain or whatever applies to all clones. even though it's just one and there's like 3 clones, it still applies to all clones. And then you want if-then statements for if the area is this area, then it'll spawn these clones, and each one is a little different. Excuse me. So if you have a traditional game that's just left and right, like Adventures in Bayclan or Falling Stars, Kit to Leader, things like that, Calling Storm or Coming Storm, Leader's Call, whatever, then you will just have what's like here in Area 1, where you have one that's pointing at 0, one that's pointing at 180, and then they have the same Y, but one X is negative, the other X is positive, and that'll be very simple for you. But if you have a 3D game like the Starlight Odyssey or Bayclan Reborn, then you will have, like in Area 2, this third paw that offers a, not really 3D, but like an extra, like the X, it gives your Y a purpose. And I think that's everything. Yeah. So if you want me to go over something else, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. It's 9 a.m. If you want to see more of this, let me know. If you want me to elaborate on something, please leave a comment and I will respond as clearly as I can. I can probably type better than I can speak. Yeah, if you just want me to continue with the series, give me ideas, because I don't have a brain enough to get ideas. Have fun coding this. I had a lot of fun figuring this out. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed and have a great day or night.